What song is it? You are probably wondering. Well, it's a song that you probably don't know. John Robert, singer-songwriter. Fantastic. Underrated. I've talked about him a couple times before on this channel, and those videos usually don't get a lot of views, but I don't care. I don't care. Okay, this man needs all of the attention, needs all of the fuss, and not a bad fuss, a good fuss. He needs all the help he can get because his music is immaculate. And this song right here, and this isn't even a recorded song, mind you. This is a live version of his song. Is one of the greatest things I have ever heard in my life. So that's why you're here, my friends, and that's why the title of this video is the title of this video. John Robert, yes. Think of him like an Ed Sheeran. I've also covered his latest song, Waste Bin. You can go ahead and check that out after you check out this entire video, of course. And you can check out other stuff as well. I cover just a myriad of artists on my channel, from the obscure to the more known, and movies. I do movies as well, and the occasional video game talk. Subscribe to the channel if you like that. All right. John Robert, June. That's the name of the song. Live at the Echo, March 4th, 2020, which is insane because that's like, what, like a week before everything went to shit? Or like a couple weeks at the very latest? I'm not sure, but yeah, something like that. That's insane. So good for him for being able to actually record some of this shit. But what's insane is that this song, he has never recorded this song. This is the only actual version of the song that exists. And this is like his best song that I think he's ever written. But yes, Live at the Echo, I believe it's, I don't know where that is. Maybe Los Angeles, because I think he moved from a small town. Yeah, the Echo, Los Angeles. American music venue and nightclub located in the Echo Park neighborhood of Los Angeles, California. Punk rock shows. Interesting. Yeah, this is, my God, that's beautiful. What would I have done to have been there? Anyways, we're going to watch the video, listen to the song, of course, together, and then we're going to analyze the complete shit out of this song, because it's that good. Let's do it.
I just always had support systems, and then I first moved here, and I just had to like start from scratch again, and that was really hard. Yeah, it really sucked because I was seeing someone and we didn't really know where we were, and then also it felt like all my dreams were coming true, but yet I was devastatingly like alone. So yeah, I just felt like, you know, this music thing has to work.
Good for you, John Robert. Oh my God.
At 4 in the morning when I'm losing sleep, I wish that you knew. I wish you'd come and keep me warm. Cause you feel so nostalgic, yeah, strikingly new. You're just like a movie, you taste just like June. So show that you love me, I need that assurance. Please knock on my door if alone or discouraged, and I'll build you up, love, and give you my courage. No, never feel cold, no, my heart is a furnace for you. It's in the things that you say and the way that you move, so freely yet thoughtful. You leave me a fool. So run your hands through my hair, leave bite marks on my shoulder. Yes, being with you makes me feel growing older, it's true. So place on a record and I'll tame your desires. Tell me leave the lights off, babe, let's soak in the fire. And I'll say what you want, but don't call me a liar. Lay it all down for you, yeah. All I admire, it's you. It's you. Don't believe there's a heaven that I'll ever see. So I'll hold tight to you, feel the closest that I could ever be. And if life holds no meaning in the grand scheme of time, then I'd waste mine with you and abide by no lines. Come with me. But don't make me wait, love, I've made my decision. I could be with you, need everything you've envisioned. Not fall to your feet, on my knees like religion. Just ask for my heart and I'd make the incision. For you, for you, for you, for you. Cheers. Thank you guys for being here.
First, I gotta mention just the performance aspect of it. You know, I used to be the guy that kind of used to crap on people that, you know, weren't lively on stage or didn't dance, you know, or didn't have stage presence. I still think that, you know, you need to have good stage presence. I think it doesn't help. I think it's a good cherry on top. Like imagine Bruno Mars, if he didn't dance, that would suck. But, you know, there's a place and time, or as others would say, time and a place. And there are certain songs, I think I'm starting to really believe in this a lot more, but there are just songs and genres that just demand, you know, direct attention and a direct connection of your heart to that thing. Obviously, you connect your heart with everything, regardless of, you know, how much dancing or whatnot there may be or whatnot. But, you know, what I'm saying is that it requires a little bit more of a sensitive thread, you know, a little bit of more of a, it's more delicate, you know, and when it comes to this song, I mean, in a way, his blank expression and his just kind of, you know, unmitigated focus with this song, you know, you can see it in his face and his eyes when he's singing this song, you know, he's not aching, he's not doing that thing, like, oh, you know, like he's not moving his hands, obviously he's playing the guitar, but that almost makes the performance that much greater because of the song, you know, because of the content of the song, the lyrics, the songwriting, everything all together. And it's incredible. It actually makes the song much better. It makes it more melancholic, and it delivers the feeling that he was probably wanting to go for even more. I mean, look, you can make anything work. I'm sure someone out there would be able to do this song and express it in a really cool way, and it works. But I think in this case right here, it's perfect, you know? So I'll just say that right off the bat. And I think it's incredible, really. Just, you could really tell when it's a true artist, when they get up on that stage and they just become something else, or it seems like they just become possessed by some other entity, some other force. And then once the song ends, you know, he cracks a smile and he, you know, he's like, you know, and it's like he becomes a totally different person when he finishes the song as opposed to when he's playing it. And that's every great artist, regardless of, you know, genre or whatever. Now, when it comes to the song itself, I never get tired of listening to this song. There's many times where I've listened to it on repeat just because of how great it is. I think, you know, John Robert he's so proficient with the guitar, you know. He doesn't need anything else. But yet it's so funny because his music literally has everything else sometimes but a guitar. It's actually pretty awesome. I mean, there's always guitar in his music, but, you know, everything else is pretty pronounced. His guitar is sort of just an instrument in the track. It's not so in the forefront. Like with John Mayer, for example. His guitar playing is pretty forefront in the song. Not that that's bad, I'm just saying. But John Robert, you know, he's super technically skilled, you know, at the guitar. And you can hear it in every song that he plays acoustically. But the melody is beautiful. You know, it's so easy for technically proficient players to just really go above people's heads, like with John Mayer. But John Mayer and John Robert, the John Johns, they have found ways to find great melody in their technically proficient playing, and able to keep people engaged, regardless of how skilled you may sound. Because many times, this is why I'm not a super fan of jazz, but, usually jazz, there's just this high proficiency in playing, and they're just moving around way too much. It's pretty chaotic. It gets to the point where I can't really enjoy it because it's so, I don't know, it's like, this is only good if you like music theory. Otherwise, I get lost. There's no melody. But John Robert has melody, and the song right from the very beginning just gets me. And his vocal melody, of course, throughout the entire song is incredible as well. And I love his sense of dynamic. He always does this with his acoustic songs. He'll kind of go loud and then go soft. It's very punkish, grungish, if you will. And I guess that's one of the reasons why it's very appealing. Oh my God. That's just so melancholic, man. So melancholic. The journey of just that guitar, right up until he starts singing. Just, you go everywhere with that melody, You go from the beginning of Love to the very end, It's awesome. I got the lyrics here, actually. And we're probably going to go through the whole entire fucking thing because they're that good. At 4 a.m. when I'm losing sleep, I wish that you knew. I wish you'd come and keep me warm because you feel so nostalgic and strikingly new. Bars. You're just like a movie. You taste just like June. Oh my, look. First of all, his melody here. At 4 a.m. when I'm losing sleep, I wish that you knew. I wish you'd come and keep me warm. She feels so nostalgic and strikingly new, just like a movie, tastes just like June. That's amazing. That's beautiful. It's so funny because his melody writing, it's almost like there's no end to it. It's like this kind of, stream of consciousness that the song has in the melody, which kind of makes sense because the guitar sounds like that too. It just sounds like it's flowing. It doesn't sound like there is a beginning and an end. So yeah, that's incredible. It makes perfect sense. And even the way he sings as well, it sounds like a stream, a stream of water. So that's brilliant.
At 4 a.m. when I'm losing sleep, I wish that you knew. I wish you'd come and keep me warm.
And, you taste like June. I love that. I love when people combine senses, like hearing blue, just some shit like that. It's like taste June. How do you taste a month? You know what I mean? I love that. But June, although I prefer May, it's kind of cold and windy right now for some reason. But June, I suppose it is right before, the heat just comes in. Although where I'm at, come June, we're usually pretty hot. But, June is just, a beautiful month, especially nighttime, right? You could just do anything at night. And, given the right circumstance, you could take a walk in the park and it's beautiful. So it's close enough to spring, okay, I suppose. Although at that point, it's summer, June 21st, I believe. But that's, I love that. So show that you love me. I need that assurance, please. Knock on my door. If alone or discouraged, I'll build you up love and give you my courage. And you'll never feel cold. No, my heart is a furnace for you, for you, for you. Oh my God. Just fucking keep going, John. Keep fucking going. I love that, knock on my door if alone or discouraged, it's like I need to be assured, but if you need to be assured, if you feel alone or whatever it is, I got you. I'll build you up. I love that. I'll build you up and give you my courage. I love that. That duality is brilliant. Because, a relationship is like yin and yang, in a way. I like how he said, basically, I need assurance. In many ways that could translate to, I'm weak. It's like the opposite of courage. And then, he ends up saying, but if you need it, I'll give you my courage. It's brilliant. It's in the things that you say and in the way that you move. So freely and thoughtful, you leave me a fool. That's brilliant. So run your hands through my hair, leave bite marks on my shoulder. You're all I'd admire. It's you, it's you. Yes, being with you makes me fear growing older. It's true. I love when songs, are super romantic and they go into sort of the erotic a little bit, and then they mostly for the most part they're really romantic, poetic, whatever. But then they occasionally go into this, sort of 50 Shades of Grey action. But I mean, leave bite marks on my shoulder. I mean, that's really pretty tame. But you know what I mean? I mean, that's sort of a more, erotic line. But I love how it's all in there, he's really poetic with the way that you move, freely and thoughtful. And then it's like, I love when you put your hands through my hair and then leave bite marks on my shoulder. It's like, that's awesome. I mean, because that's really what love is, right? It's love is a spectrum of everything, of every single emotion, of every single dilemma. Hate is in love, in a way. Not in a way, it is. It is. Hate is in love. I said it. I fucking said it. You don't love something unless you hate it. So place on a record and I'll tame your desires. Let me turn the lights off. Baby, let's soak in the fire. There we go. I'll say what you want, but don't call me a liar. That's brilliant. I love that so much. I'll lay it all down for you. You're all that I admire. It's you. He uses the word admiration a lot, which if you really think about it, that is one of the greatest things you can ever say to your partner is, I admire you. I mean, admiration is really, I mean, we do this with so many words, we throw around shit all the time, but, some people just say, love you casually. And it's like, you really know what you're saying there? Are you thinking about what you're saying? But, it's like, I admire you. That's a really, really great thing to say to someone. It makes them feel good. It's inspiring. It's comforting, but it's also just, it's flattering in every single way. So really, I mean, it's I would say it's an underrated word that I think people don't really think about the importance of it. But it's, admiration. It's greater than envy and jealousy. Like it's the complete antithesis of that. It's like a healthy way of showing your envy, actually appreciating and recognizing and acknowledging the existence and the works of someone. Now this is where the song just completely goes to another level for me. Don't believe there's a heaven that I'll ever see, so I'll hold tight to you. You're the closest that I'll ever be. See, I am a non-religious person. I consider myself an atheist, pretty much. An atheist does not mean that if God presents himself or itself to me, I won't believe. It's, most likely there is no God, and I will go with that. Which, by the way, another thing that blew my mind, the fact that I am making a video on a song and I'm solely talking about its lyrics, although the song in general is amazing and brilliant, and it gives me chills melodically. And granted, I could talk about lyrics for many, many songs that I've talked about on this channel, but for the most part, I don't like to talk about lyrics. If you follow me for a long time, you know that. I'd rather talk about the song and the melody and all of that, and occasional lyric here and there or just kind of wrap up the lyrics, the theme of them, and just call it a day. But a song that really touches me on a deeper level, I will talk about the lyrics. And this song right here, man, just every single line pretty much, I am like all over it, and I have to talk about it. And that's how I know how great this song is. John Robert does this, like many artists, many of my favorite artists, they kind of, romanticize and idolize and just kind of prop up music and art and love so high to the point where it's almost God, right? And he did this with the song Waste Bin, not explicitly, but and this one's, it's a little bit more explicit, but I mean, you don't need the word heaven in there for it to be explicit. With him saying, I admire you, you're everything that I would do, like a lot of religious people would look at words like that in a secular song and be like, oh, that's kind of blasphemy. You can't really say that because there's nothing above God. And so in my case, in my personal, just way that I like to look at the world, I view people, I view art, I view things in my life that I love as high as God. That's what it means, right? That's what gives me purpose. It's the same thing. We're all shooting for the same thing here. It's just different. It's a different goal. It's a different looking goal, but it's the same thing, And so when John Robert says, I don't believe there's a heaven that I'll ever see, so I'll hold tight to you because you're the closest that I'll ever be. I mean, like, that's it right there, That's how I choose to view my partner, is the heaven that I wish was real. And then he continues, and if life holds no meaning in the grand scheme of time, then I'll waste mine with you and abide by no lines. Come with me. Life does not hold any meaning, objectively. It doesn't. That's my opinion. In the grand scheme of time, but I'd like to think that it's my partner that is the meaning, right? My own purpose in my life, my aspirations, my ambitions, those are those are the things that make my life meaningful. My partner makes my life meaningful. My kids, whatever it may be, right? Art, music, film, things that truly stand the test of time. Love, kindness, humility, all those things, right? The love of my partner, and that's the thing that I can hold on to the most and just completely waste my time into because it's worth it, because it gives me purpose, it gives me warmth, it makes me feel like there's more to life than just this. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean, right? It's really no coincidence that people who kind of don't have religion or don't have God in their lives in the stereotypical way that some people do, it's really no coincidence why they hold on to art and film so much, and just love in general with people, and ambitions, because that is their God, right? And so seeing these lyrics, I just completely relate with them. If life holds no meaning in the grand scheme of time, I'll waste mine with you and abide by no lines. Just that freedom, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's heaven. That's what that is. But don't make me wait, love. I've made my decision. I could be what you need, everything you've envisioned. And I'll fall to your feet on my knees like religion. There we go. He's being a little bit more explicit there. Just ask for my heart and I'll make the incision. My God, that's when he just fucking sealed it right there. I just really have never read like consistently good lyrics. Actually, that's not true. I have. John Mayer is a master of this. But this song right here is just one of the most perfect songs I've ever listened to, ever. That right there at the end, I'll fall to your feet on my knees like religion. Just ask for my heart, I'll make the incision. I had a partner once where I did this very same thing. And it very much was a dilemma of they thought differently about the world. They fundamentally thought differently of the world. I did too. In fact, whatever, fuck it. I'll just say this person was religious. And I was willing, a bunch of shit happened or whatever. This person eventually wanted to leave me, right? And that moment, when I knew that I completely lost her, I went down on my knees, essentially. I cried my eyes out. And I said, fuck it. I will do whatever you want me to do. I'll believe whatever you want me to believe. I will do it for you. And that, to me, was my religion. That, to me, was my moment. That was my God, And it didn't matter to me that she happened to be religious and I wasn't. I could give two fucking shits about that. And I thought she was dead wrong, but I was willing to be there and be like, I'm sorry. I will fucking go to church with you. I will marry you in the fucking churchiest of the churches, the holiest of all places. I will do that for you because I want you, because I want to be with you, because I need your love, because you are my religion. And that's me putting that fucking scalpel, man, and really tearing out my heart. I mean, that's what I believe. I'm completely contradicting my own beliefs, and I'm doing it for her. It didn't go well. I'm not with that person. But when I listen to that, it's just, that to me is real, That to me is real. When you can give your all to something and just fucking tear down your own beliefs. It's why I love the song True Love Waits by Radiohead, and I've already made a video about that. But yeah, that's why I love this song. So thanks, John Robert, for creating a song like this, or creating this song, not like this. It's a masterpiece, and it's one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in my life.